Okay, all you guys back there, you were up here last time. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Okay, get the green book. Get the green book. And the little numbers in the bottom corner, page 71. Okay? Good? All right. Now, this will be the Lord's Prayer. This, I mean, believe it or not, I know a pastor who can talk for 7 or 8 hours on this. All right, so we're going to do it in about 20 minutes. But because here's part of the thing, all right? Here's homework for you, all right? I want you to go and ask one of your teachers that you can talk to why that teacher became that teacher. Why did that teacher decide to teach English or science or math or history? Why? Or if you play sports, why did your coach decide to become the coach? All right? And if you can start with somebody that you trust, then it can expand. You can ask your dentist, why did you become a dentist? You know, or anybody, anything. You start to ask them, okay? And maybe what you will find is something about whatever their subject is that they cannot get enough of it at all, ever. All right? Okay. Here's some old names. Do you have any idea who John Madden is? John Madden was a football coach for the Oakland Raiders a long time, okay? And then he got into TV and all the rest and all that, okay? Do you have any idea who Vince Lombardi is? You do. You know him. Do you have any idea who Vince Lombardi is? All right, play along because I have to tell you this story. John Madden went to a coaching clinic, nothing but football coaches. And he looked over there, and there was Vince Lombardi, and nobody was asking him a question. And so John Madden goes over him and starts talking about football with Vince Lombardi. And Vince Lombardi talked all morning about one play. And then they went to lunch. And then he came back and he talked all afternoon about one play, about how each player does this and this and how that does that, and if they do this, then we do this, and all day about one. All right? So you find somebody who has this, okay? And that is kind of what this is for me. All right? This subject is fascinating to me. It has no end to it for me at all, ever. And I cannot ever say that I've come to an end of it, or that I have it, or that so what I'm going to share with you is just what I've been stumbling through most of my life. All right? Okay. Remember on Sunday what I said was why is the Lord's Prayer not the Lord's Prayer? Why is it really not the Lord's Prayer? It has to do with an apostrophe because it's a possessive. Before Jesus is crucified, he's in the Garden of Gethsemane, and this is in John chapter 17, and Jesus prays. He prays, he prays, he prays, he prays, he prays, he prays. And this is in John 17, and this is what is understood to be the prayer of Jesus, or the Lord's Prayer. Now, what this is, okay, this is found in Matthew chapter 6 and Luke chapter 11, and they're different. The prayers are different. The Matthew one is longer, and in fact, the prayer in Matthew is included with all kinds of teaching about this, that, and so on and so forth, and all the rest. And so in Matthew, it's different. In Luke, it's pretty short. And in fact, it begins, Luke chapter 11. He was praying in a certain place. Jesus prays. And in this is the understanding that Jesus prays because it is just communication. He's talking and being with his Father. Okay, so with that, the disciples are always watching him pray. And one of the disciples, who probably gets nudged to the front, and one of the disciples said, "Lord, teach us to pray." So here's your blueprint. All right? So the blueprint is here. All right? So go to page 71. Okay? So there you have the bottom corner, you have the Lord's Prayer. All right. Here's the textbook answer about the Lord's Prayer. It is reverence, holiness, sacredness to God. It is being submissive to God. It is a request to God. And it is also your life, your relationship to God. And you have protection. All right? That's the textbook answer. Confirmation. You know, so, what is it? There it is. All right? Now, here's the reality and the truth of it. Okay? And I'm not kidding. This prayer covers the whole universe. And you either take the depth of that in, or you take it just out of flat, dull routine. And if you don't think about it, then it just becomes a routine, but it becomes into you, and Sunday after Sunday, day after day, life after life, and this thing is just there. But until you look at it differently and you start to see it, and this is what we're going to unpack in just a minute. Here we go. You ready? Father, our Father, my Father, Father. Okay? Good luck. This talks about being in a relationship the way it is supposed to be, when it works perfectly. When the parent, when the father loves and supports and encourages, and you recognize this, but the reality and the truth is, not so much. Okay? Right? Because you may know bad fathers, which is why I wanted parents around too. You may know bad fathers. All right? My dad should have been a pastor. He has the heart for it, everything. My father and my dad and all of the people in that generation who grew up in the 1930s and 40s, these people were so far away from understanding what a teenager was in the 1970s. They were in the 1960s. Clueless, most of our parents had no clue. And when my daughter started to act up, and I pulled her in and I said, no. This doesn't fly with me. Because whatever you're doing, I've done it already, and I know what you're doing. Okay? I was a lot more ready to be a parent than my dad was. Okay? For example, one of the things, my dad was in airplanes in World War II. My dad flew in airplanes for business. My dad traveled. My dad, all kinds of stuff. When I was a young boy, I had a fascination with airplanes. And all of my Boy Scout stuff and all my school science reports, it was all about airflow over wings and jets and propulsion and all kinds of this, that, and the other and everything else. Airplanes, that was, man, you know what? Not once ever did anybody ask me or say, gee, Brian, it looks like you had an interest in airplanes. Do you think you might wanna... Nope, nothing. I just thought some airplane gods came down and picked airplane people up out and had them, I don't know. Some of us need to be pulled into. If we're left to figure it out on our own, we're just going to stumble around and shoot spit wads in the dark. That's all that's going to happen, and good luck. Okay? All right? Now, here's some more about Father. Father is a name. Right? A name. Now, at this point in your life, you understand right now, you know how to be careful with your name, because your name is information. And once somebody has your name, they can find you. And once they find you, all kinds of terrible things can happen. So you have to protect your name. But you know this. All right? See what I said? When they know your name, they can find you. Right? One more thing about that. Your signature, all right, is your name. Your name has been given to you, has been put upon you. Your name is holy. Your name is sacred. Do you know where your name came from? Do you know why you were given this name? Have you ever asked that question? I asked my mom, "Why did you name me Brian?" And she said, "Well, we had not decided on a name, and I was waddling up and down the halls in the hospital, and there was a kid who got born the day before you, and his name was Brian, and I thought that was pretty good, so that's how you got your name." Gee, thanks, Mom. Nevertheless, all right, okay? On your baptism is when Jesus learns your name. Your name is sacred. Your name is holy. You are a child of God. When you sign your name, write it clearly. Write your name as a statement that you are a child of God. Write your name so people can read it and know it. Take the risk. Take the gamble. Yes, this is my name. You see how people scribble this nonsense? Your name has weight, power, sacred. Your name is holy. The name of God is Yahweh, Abba, Father, Jehovah. Why? Because, like I said, when they know your name, you can be found. God wants you to know His name and to claim it. All right? That's how this goes, right away from the very beginning. All right? Do you know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is? Have you ever heard that name? He's an astrophysicist, studies the universe. Did you ever see the movie Titanic? Have you played with that one? When the ship has struck the iceberg, spoiler alert, and it's just sitting there in the water at night, and there's the camera, and the movie shows the ship and the flat ocean water and the stars. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's such a star nut, he heard that movie that his stars were wrong on that night. Right? I mean, that's how goofy some people get about their subject. All right? Now, Neil deGrasse Tyson writes about black holes. Are you familiar with the black hole theory yet? You know about a black hole? Just something that's floating around out there in space. And they figured out the mathematical gravitational pull of a black hole. The thing is that this gravitational pull into the black hole is so powerful that if a satellite or a person or a spaceship or anything would go down, get lost in the gravitational pull. All right? Now, mathematical theory can prove it, but that's as far as it goes. What Neil deGrasse Tyson has said, the universe is under no obligation to explain itself to you. And then I say, neither is God. God is under no obligation to explain Himself to you. All we have is to live in this faith. Therefore, where is heaven? I don't know. Out there? I'm thinking heaven could be at the other side of a black hole. I mean, why not? But for me, it exists. So you see, okay? Our Father, you are in heaven. Holy, hallowed. Who says hallowed anymore? I mean, that's coming from Shakespeare. Holy is your name. We recognize it. We accept it. Remember the 10 Commandments? I am the Lord your God. You will have no other gods in front of me. Okay? Your kingdom come. Now, what the heck is that? All right? Have you touched on any of the Revelation? The second coming? Any of that? Any of that? Any of that? It's a little disturbing. There is a book. If at some point, find me, I'll tell you. I'll give you the book. There is a Lutheran pastor, is a woman, and her name is Barbara Rossing. And Barbara wrote one of the best books ever. It's about that big, to explain what the apocalypse and the second coming, all of that's all about. And it is gentle, easy, and tender. It is so good. All right? Thy will be done. God's will is to be done. Now, here we give into these requests now. Give me today my daily bread. What's daily bread? So if you've got one of these, it says, clothes, you have a safe house, you have schools, education, you have good food, you have a clean, warm, safe bed, you have safe people to be around, you have clean water. All of this that you take for granted until you start to realize all of this comes through a lot of hard work. And there are people. There was a friend of ours. Okay, friend. So where was this sweetheart last night? Down at the Circle K down on Airport Expressway, something like that. All the rest. Something really nasty, unpleasant happened. A friend of your son was coming home, and there must have been a dozen police cars. There must have been fire trucks. There must have been lights, everything going. 2 o'clock in the morning, you're sound asleep, safe, protected. But these people are up all night, in the middle of the night, protecting you. Doing what they do to keep you safe. Daily bread. This is who they are. Right now, they are doing this. Ever been to Washington, D.C. yet? Okay. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. There are Army soldier guards pacing back and forth in front of this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is no day off. There is no time off. There is no ever letting up from the protection of this and the symbolic meaning of what this means for you. Okay? All right? Forgive our sins. All right? Good luck. Good luck. All right? The older you live, the more you have the chance that somebody is going to hurt you like you have never, ever known before or could even be possible. Somebody is going to break your heart, is going to lie about you. Somebody is going to say the most terrible, horrible, awful, rotten things about you. And you are going to be the worst evil villain in their story. And maybe you did do it. Probably not. Doesn't matter. And what have they said about you? And can you forgive them for what they have said about you. Oh. All right. Because there it is. Forgive us, O Lord, our sin, as we forgive those who sin against us. So, God will forgive your sin. Will you forgive others? Because part of the reality is to hold on to that bitterness, to hold on to that hatred, to hold on to it. It will consume you. It will make you nasty. Your heart will become hard and black. All right? Awful, terrible, terrible things happen because people cannot and will not forgive. All right? Okay. Evil. Evil exists in the world. It does. And I hope, I pray for your protection against what you may or may not ever have to experience, what evil can look like. But it is scary. It is terrifying to look at what evil can do. Terrible, awful, the most horrible behavior that people can exist, which is why prisons and penitentiaries and all the way it happens. Evil exists in the world. Protect us, O God, from evil, please. Oh my. Oh, the other one I've missed. I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh yes, the third, very beginning, rather, thy will be done. Thy will be done. God's will. All right? When you have to be with someone who has now a diagnosis of cancer, when something terrible happens, I don't know if you knew about this, but there was 2 semi-trucks down in Wishick, head-on collision on Christmas Eve day morning, foggy, icy on a curve, and these people died. 1/2 second, and they head on 2 giant semi-trucks on a small 2-lane country road on a foggy, curvy road, and they are dead in an instant. Right? I have baptized babies who are struggling for their life in the neonatal intensive care because these babies came early with problems. Thy will be done. God, thy will be done. You want me to pray this? Oh, you see, this prayer can either become dull routine, or when it sinks in, then you can do nothing but just cry. Now, there are people who do not believe in God. And furthermore, they do not believe in God because they say things, well, look at how many ways that God has put on this planet to kill you. How can God be a loving God with all of these endless ways to kill you? on the one hand, good grief. I mean, you just want to live your life wrapped in bubble wrap? I need the earth to exist with rattlesnakes and scorpions and sharks and lions and tigers and everything. I gotta have mountains to climb that can kill me. I gotta have oceans to explore. I gotta be able to go here and go there. I've got to have this depth of experience in life. And some of these people just want endless safety and protection. They don't want any threat to life whatsoever. Every living thing dies. Trees, animals, us die. Thy will be done. Okay? To find where you are with this is the only way you can go is inside. Okay? Here we go. Lead us, save us from the time of trial. Lead us not into temptation. Good luck. Good luck. What is your temptation? All right. All right, I'll confess. Here I am. I like cowboy boots. I probably got 20 pairs of cowboy boots. I know a guy that has more, but most of my cowboy boots are handmade. If I can justify it, I can say they're made by an artist, they're made by a boot maker. These are not factory boots. These are handmade, hand stitched, hand done, polished, shined up. These are artists. Oh, yeah. See, justify, rationalize. But if I go into a boot store, man, I am right there. I am looking, man, silly. But that's not what this is about. Okay? Your temptation is going to be more. All right? Now, your temptation at some point is going to be around alcohol, marijuana, whatever. It's going to come to you. Statistically, this is what happens. There is a center in your brain that is releasing the pleasure centers. The dopamine is gonna, and for some of you, statistically, all it takes is one drink. And that chemical is gonna hit your brain like a ton of bricks. You will say, where has this been? One drink. One drink of something, and you are now an alcoholic. Or marijuana. Or meth. Or something. Because the human brain does not get fully evolved, matured, until you're in your middle 20s. Up till that point, you are still evolving. All right? Okay? This is the kind of temptation we're talking about now. And this is not new. All right? This is not, all right? Deliver you from evil. The evil is the temptation. The evil is the addiction. The evil is when you look out there and you see people, their whole life, their whole world is about themselves. Me, and only me. I don't care about you at all. Evil. Evil exists, and you can see it because it's very selfish. All right. Now, the very end, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever and ever and ever. All right. Jesus didn't say that. This came along in the evolution of the prayer years later. It's a pious flourish at the end. We can say that, and it's fine and good, thank you. We'll wrap this up. It's a nice bow on the end of it. But this prayer has all of the world in it. And you can struggle with it. As I said, I cannot ever see myself coming to the end of it. It fills me. It fills my life with this, and I love it so very dearly. So my whole life. Anyway, all right. There it is. I said 37 and a half minutes. I'm at 36 and 30 seconds. Do you got any questions? Anything? Okay. You got credit for the Lord's Prayer. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, old people. It is so vital for young people to see that our education continues and that we all are in this. Doesn't stop. Keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. And I'll tell you, when I graduated from seminary and I was going to be an ordained pastor, one of my professors said, "Well, now you know enough to be dangerous." All right, so keep searching. Keep searching. And there you go, 37 and a half minutes. You have a pizza waiting, and there you go. Nardello's, A and B. Who else? Anyway, thank you. Go in peace. Serve the Lord. Have a nice evening. God bless you so much. Amen.